bill prohibiting Sharia law from influencing Idaho courts advanced to the House floor. This legislation would keep Idaho courts and government agencies from basing any rulings on foreign laws. It doesn't specifically mention the strict interpretation of Islamic law called Sharia law. However, Republican representatives say that was a major concern in drafting that legislation. Local News 8's Chelsea Brensel dug a little deeper to find out exactly what Sharia law is. And what did you learn tonight, Chelsea?
Well, Carol, a BYU professor who teaches Islamic studies and an ISU professor that practices Islam says there are a lot of misconceptions about the law. Sharia is an Arabic word that literally means a path to be followed. The term is broad, encompassing both a personal moral code and religious law.
It's part of Islamic practice, so it means that the law is mandating how we dress, mandating what we eat, mandating how we pray, mandating how we take showers. So the law is really pervasive. It's not just what people usually imagine when they think about Sharia, like they think about hudud, which is the capital punishments in Islam. That, again, I mean, if they think that Sharia law is going to be passed in Idaho and suddenly we're going to have public executions for adultery and all of that stuff, which you can find in the Old Testament of the Bible as well, then they're really crazy. I don't think that'll ever happen. I mean, first off, the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution clearly states that there is no establishment of religion, so it just won't work. I don't know what the fear of Sharia is in the United States, but I think it's a smokescreen for Islamophobic sentiments.
BYU Islamic Studies professor Dr. Daniel Peterson tells me that while Mormon and Muslim religions are very different, there are similarities. The idea behind Sharia law is somewhat like the word of wisdom put out by the LDS Church. It is a moral code, but the word of wisdom does not have a capital punishment extension like Sharia law. I also asked if he thought the misconception that all Muslims are associated with ISIS was comparable to the perception of some people that all LDS church members believe what FLDS church practices. Here's what he had to say.
I think Mormons maybe are in a unique position because we are a minority religion that isn't very popular in many areas of the United States and that is often looked down upon and misrepresented and distorted. And so we ought to understand that happens to others too, and it happens to Islam very much these days. Again, I don't say that everything in the Islamic world is just wonderful and coming up roses. There are big issues. And it's not all baseless paranoia. But on the other hand, the truth is somewhere between the hysteria and a whitewashed version. It's a human movement with something like 1.5 billion people. You're going to have all sorts of different things going on. Many good, many bad. It's the way it is.
Both professors tell me nothing will change no matter what lawmakers do. They also say they believe lawmakers have bigger fish to fry. Live in the studio, I'm Chelsea Brensel.
All right, thanks, Chelsea. It's unknown if House lawmakers will amend and vote on that bill before the legislature adjourns in the next week.